Quick reminder.
Hello, everybody.
This movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is a trash, not good movie. And if you were a Tarantino fan who was hyped as waiting for his next movie, you were super disappointed. That. Oh my God, hold on. Chrome update. I'm so hyped right now. 1 second. Oh, nothing changed. Okay, The Hateful Eight was also not very good, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was very not good. Cinema is back. Wait, when did this start happening? I've noticed this. Why do trailers have trailers now? The H3 sub is glazing you? Yeah, what the fuck? I noticed I have a better reception over there than in my own fucking fan base. Jesus Christ. My fan bases are... They're optics hostages. What the fuck? I'll talk about that. I'll talk about a ton of stuff in like an hour. Fuck it. Actually, fuck it. Let's put it on the fucking title.
All these years.
Explain why you didn't like the movie instead of just saying LOL movie bad. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It's one, I just couldn't follow the story. I have no idea what that movie was even about. Like if somebody were to tell you that, I don't even know how you would summarize it. I have no idea. So one, I don't know what it's about. Cringe. Two, okay, listen. If you have your fetishes or your kinks, that's fine. But shoving like nasty, dirty fucking feet in every fucking shot is just, especially knowing that the director's probably getting off on it, feels like kind of fucking gross, maybe? Was it ultra excessive in that movie, or am I... Yeah, and then I don't know. I can't even like summarize the story. There just wasn't anything I liked about it. There weren't any characters I liked in it. I don't know. Ugh.
This is it. This is my life. I've seen my share of lost souls, brother. I'm beyond your reach, Jem.
It's a character / hangout movie? Yeah, but there's no cool characters to hang out with. No?
The Invisible Man. Ray Stalker. How long was it, brother? When you went limping off into the woods? What, 20 years? Why did he leave us? The army teaches you to grin and bear it. The war with crime, and we were the phantom soldiers.
Ray never spoke to me about what happened over there.
I can't help you. Till you tell me what happened. Is that a question?
What do you want from me, brother? What do you want?
What? That looked like a Terraria bar. Or what? Does it have a dick? Is that a dick and balls?
You're going to hell, brother. Family reunion.
It looks like a sea anemone. That's the title of the movie. Do sea anemones have dicks and balls? What's the... When I went snorkeling like 20 years ago, I feel like I saw... No, they were called sea cucumbers. Are those real? Were those real living things? They look like if you step on them, the whole thing would just explode. Or not even explode, but go smush. Okay. Have you watched Eddington? No, but I heard good things about it. I just haven't seen it. I'll probably watch that Weapons movie next. Okay, wait. Quick question before we get into anything. What, is there like a hidden meta to having like a sick desk? I feel like I should put more intentionality into my workspace, just because sometimes like things annoy me sometimes. And I feel like that since I spend like my fucking life at this desk, I should probably not have that. So I'm just like looking at like a standard. I have like a thing that like juts out like a shelf in the desk here. I don't like this. So is this just like, is there like any hidden meta OP desk stuff, or is this just is it okay to just get this? Like, do you think it's good to have the under, like the drawer that pulls out for the keyboard and stuff, or get a standing desk? I'm good. I don't need to stand. Fuck you. Also, it would be a nightmare with all my equipment going like up and down all the time. Fuck that. Thoughts on L desks? It's not really. I really can't do an L desk. Did I ever take a picture of what my room looks like? Hold on. Okay. The fucking spaceship, Jesus. Okay, so I sit here. I can't really do an L desk because it'll block the door over here, right? I have one light here, one light here. I don't like this thing that like juts up here. It drives me fucking crazy. So I think this desk width, I measured it earlier. I shouldn't say that. Length is 55 inches. Get a 72. I don't know if it'll fit all the way across. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter because my monitors can go wherever. Actually, maybe a 72 would be okay. Hold on. Are you interested in a standing desk? Nah, I don't really care. No. Stop. Oh. You know what? Maybe actually. Are you streaming 8 hours a day? It's so messy. That thing looks like messy. I have like 4 things on my desk. I have my keyboard, a Red Bull, my little...
Destiny is a fucking great guy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then my monitors and stuff. Where are the tissues? I've had tissues on my desk for a long time. I usually just come right into your mom's mouth. Okay, so 55 inches is too short. You should get a standing desk, not for standing, just to get the perfect height without problems. You will adjust it one time. Is it worth it to get a standing desk just for, just to adjust it to the correct height? Does our latest court motion have any substance or another whiff? Well, ask me in 40 minutes. No, they're wobbly. Yeah, that's my biggest fear. I don't want it to be like wobbly. First of all, cord management. What are you talking about? My cords are pretty organized. I have 2 whole setups back here. This hangs because it has to. Or this is just my headphone cable, but it's about as short as it can be. You can see like a couple cables over here, but keep in mind I have like 2 full computers worth of stuff, plus audio gear, plus camera and everything else. This is, I think this is decently well organized, motherfucker. Okay. 72-inch desk. Okay, so like I've seen these. But yeah, it looks wobbly. Or maybe it won't be. Maybe I'm just being retarded. Like I need this to hold like 100 pounds worth of monitors. Actually, I should just, how much do these all weigh? Don't buy one off Amazon? Bro, I'm not leaving the house. Fuck you. Wait. See more product details. Item details? Display? Does it really not say the weight anywhere? Measurement. Oh, okay, 19.4 pounds. So I have about 80 pounds worth of monitors. So I probably want the desk to be able to hold 100 pounds of stuff. This probably should be able to, right? Those have a lot of access / mods to them, so you can do a ton of cable / desk management. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I care as much about like the hardcore cable management, because I notice that anytime I have to swap something out, I've got to bring out my like nail clippers to like cut all the things and then and it's actually fucking annoying as fuck. So I feel like I'm just going to lightly wrap things from now on or something. Fuck that. Use the Velcro ones instead of... Yeah, but even with the Velcro ones, it's just annoying to have to unwrap everything. What is this? Secret Magnus Pro. Full metal sit-to-stand desk with magnetic ecosystem. Are there a lot of magnet things I need to put on my desk? This looks like a giant like photocopier. Oh shit, we got a 5.5 minute trailer for a desk?
Please read the safety instructions and the user manual carefully before starting the assembly. The Magnus Pro sit-to-stand metal desk parts come in 2 boxes that you have received metal desk, so that leg eats to the other side eats back so that the desk is upright. Remove the foam packaging. Plug the power cord into the socket located at the steps for the other side of the pad.
If They don't have a bar going across between the legs. That shit's gonna wobble. That's why I went with uplift. You can just buy a pre-built frame and bolt/screw a chunk of wood on top. Bro, I am not a fucking carpenter. Actually, I put those walls up downstairs. Theoretically, I could do that. Okay, just somebody, I just need a good desk guy. Okay? Please I just need some guy who's like, oh, Destiny, I'm the desk master. I know everything about desks. And then just like, tell me which one to buy. I don't just get an uplift? Or uplift, is that the brand? Damn. $1,000 for what looks like an ordinary ass fucking... Oh, I'm sorry, that's $1,800. Okay, hold on. 72-inch desk uplift. Please be on Amazon. Oh, it is. Oh my god. Okay. $72 by $30. All right. This. Just a plain ass $1,000 piece of wood stuck to two legs. This is good. This is fine. I've got an uplift with 450 plus pounds on it, and it's totally stable. Bro, TMI. I don't even know your mom sits on your desk. Doesn't look that deep. It's 30 inches deep. How deep is this one? 24 inches deep. I should just get this one. What is this? Does it come with a hoverboard? What? Oh my god. Is this for you to like balance back and forth while you're standing to keep your like glutes and hams and quads engaged or some cringe shit? Oh my god. Okay, don't care. All right, I'm getting this one. If it's bad, it'll be like half a day of tearing all my shit out and putting it back in. So I'm going to lose some stream time and everything for my ultra consistent 8-hour a day schedule. So I just want you guys to know that if this just doesn't work or if it sucks, you've wasted our time for nothing. Why? Okay. I'll give you a like, but I'm not retweeting you. All right. DK bamboo desktop, white frame, gray frame, black frame. $72 by $30. Okay. Oh god. What is this? What the fuck is this? Metal Gear Solid Delta. Guy Savage Delta. PC. Get an L1 or a curved one. I already told you why the L1 can't work. You saw the picture. I can't really put an L desk in here. Check out Flex to Spot. What? It looks like the same desk as the other one. It's just... What is the difference between this and the other thing, other than it's cheaper? Okay. Trapezoidal desk with short side to the corner, maybe. Okay. Okay, order placed. All right, why do I care about this? Why am I being shown this? I don't even know what game this is. Is this the nightmare that he has when he's in prison? Is that why we... It's because it's fucking epic. Okay.
Actually the person.
The nightmare, do you mean the scene with Ocelot's dad? No, after the torture scene in Metal Gear Solid 3, you get moved to a prison, and in the prison, when your character falls asleep, there is you play like a Devil May Cry minigame, basically, until you die, and then Snake wakes up. I think that's Metal Gear Solid 3, right?
Who got targeted hard, because I was at the top, right? Everyone goes for the king. And you better go, if you go swing for the king, you better fucking take his head. And they didn't. They missed.
Okay. Wait, okay, and then shit, one more thing I need to get. Okay, Elgato now makes hydraulic mic arm things, so they can go up and down without having to adjust the screw every time, okay? This works really, really, really well on the hydraulic part, but they still use a screw at the end here, which loosens over time, right? Because ideally I would have this like kind of set up like this, but this screw loosens over time. Why wouldn't they just add a hydraulic thing at the end here and then make it Godstony? Why wouldn't they do that? I'm thinking of buying the one, there's some brand that Joe Rogan uses. Actually, fuck, no, I'll just add that, fuck it. Okay, last thing. This Pro Boom Ultima Gen 2 bullshit. Click, motherfucker. RTBA, why? What? I don't care. What is this? What?
They prefer to hunt alone.
Why does he have fucking... Why does he look like a Blizzard character in armor? Wait. Jesus.
This time I've got 12 shots.
It's the Peace Walker suit, I believe. Oh, okay. Never mind. I think for the Metal Gear Solid 3, they actually did mocap, motion capture, for the PlayStation 2 game. Way back in the day. Don't use the JRE brand, OC White. They have literally one person working customer service desk in New York. Shit company. By Yellow Tech Mika. Why do I care about their customer service? Didn't they have a guy do the gun stuff? Oh yeah, look. The guy. Mocap was in Metal Gear Solid 2 as well on the PS2. Was it? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, stop blinking your desks. I don't care. Oh my god, they don't have these on. Play Death Stranding. It's like Metal Gear Solid, but with walking simulation. I saw like the plot synopsis for it, and it just seemed way too wacky. So I don't know if it's worth. Based. Are you gonna play Metal Gear Solid Delta? Maybe, but probably not.
Try new things. You're doing it. What you guys have been part of? Let's go. Try new things. You're doing it. What you guys have been part of that? You guys are crushing it. You've been crushing it. It's about iteration. We can't do things the way we've done.
This Adam Mockler guy, I think his channel is fucking slaying. And has been for a while. Fuck, what was the other site that showed shorts and longs? Like, even when you get rid of short form, his channel does really well. I think he came up with, like, the Midas Touch guys. It's like a whole bunch of young people that came up, and their channels do really, really well. And so far, hopefully, please, Lord God, he is like a base liberal, okay? Like an actual liberal. Not like a sock dem hardcore progressive with socialist leanings, not like a dem sock who just wants like high minimum wage, wink, wink, wink. Not like a Bernie sock, but like just a super ultra awesome liberal person, okay? I haven't checked in on Josiah in a while. He's he hasn't changed, right? He's still... Oh, this. Nice. Yeah, still good. Okay. Josiah's still super liberal. So is Hutch, and Hutch is a god. Okay. The trifecta.
Let's disabuse ourselves of that. Period. Full stop. Enough. It's a slow death. And I will say, and forgive me, I'll just close on this. There's a weakness about that.
Did I say watch the living room where Hutch fights about Zoran endorsements? No. Who is he? Who's he fighting? Because if he's just fighting like the, like I don't want to watch a proxy fight between Aaron and him through Pisco. If that's I'm good on that. Boring.
The Democratic Party needs to assert itself. We need to be strong again. Strong. Strength matters.
True.
People want conviction. They want character.
Is Newsom too liberal, or is he a good amount of liberal? I think he's a good amount of liberal. I think it's a return to like the coastal elite liberalism kind of. Yeah.
They want a sense of intention and purpose to give us meaning, to give us a mission. And so I'm not here to make any more excuses. I'm sorry. I know there's some people that are offended by our all caps parody of Trump, but I thought it's time to put a mirror to Trump. I know you may get offended by my 10-pack abs on some of these memes. I mean, this sort of craziness that's going online. I get it. My kids are like, Jesus, Dad, what the hell's going on? The point is to make the point of what is going on in this country. You have the President of the United States that's acting like a child.
Why does that say not like social democrats? They aren't socialists. My appetite and my tolerance for all of the social everything is just at zero now. I have nothing. Until the political landscape changes more, I'm just on a big liberal binge. It's a liberal or bust. Anybody that identifies that has like socialist or social anything anywhere in the name, I just don't trust it anymore.
And you've got the chatbots on Fox that repeat 24/7 and are weaponizing his grievances, attacking vulnerable people, traumatizing communities. We need to stand up, all of us, at this moment. Less judgment, more fortitude. Meet this moment, not for ourselves, but for each other, for this country. And this is a red line. They're not just changing lines of map. This is about raw power. This is about rigging the election. This is about ending the enduring values, the principles that define the last 249 years of our democracy. So forgive me for being intense about this, but I am, man. This is it. And there's no do-over if we screw this up. And so we're counting on everybody watching. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to engage you and share where we are at this stage. But it's November 4th that's going to matter. And that's why we need everyone to help us get this over the line.
Based. What is this? Governor Newsom to sign partnership with Denmark. Wait, what is this? Is that even possible? I thought states can't do trade on their own. Isn't that like that's exclusively in the purview of the federal government? I don't know. I don't know if this is a troll or. Will you ever retire from online politics and move to full-time gaming? Does this doing this shit for so many years can't be good for your brain? I can endure anything. I don't care. Fuck it.
I will say I am currently more and more impressed by what Gavin Newsom is doing.
Yes.
And for a very simple reason compared to other people. One thing I think that has become a problem in the culture of the Democratic Party is it is highly risk averse.
Yes. But I hope he hits on this. Not just risk averse for no reason, but risk averse for good reason. Because when you're on the left, when you do something, you are not only exposing yourself to attacks from the right, you are always going to be attacked from the left as well. That's the issue. That's the issue. Is why would you take any risks on the left? I joked before where I was like, Kamala, somebody could copy paste this entirely, but I remember like a year ago, or it might have been right after the election when Kamala lost. I said, when people talk about Kamala going on Joe Rogan, the difficulty is that not only does Kamala have to go on Joe Rogan and fight with Joe Rogan's not going to go easy on her. She's going to get slaughtered by everybody on the right, but then everybody on the left is going to attack her too. Like everywhere you go as a liberal, you're fighting on all three fronts constantly. You're fighting all the right, you're fighting your own party, you're fighting to the far left of you, and you're fighting the lay centrists on every single platform you go on.
People in it, the leaders in it, are unwilling to do things that might make people mad at them. They're we need to thread the needle on this point. I don't know if thread the needle. You need to hammer home on this point. Unwilling to choose
that it's because of all of the fighting from the left. It is all of the attacks from the left as well. It's too much.
Strategies that have possibly a high potential payoff and a high potential risk. And
because what he's saying there, that high potential risk he's sitting in it, right? I don't know if he's aware of it or not. On the right, there is no risk. There's no risk. Trump cannot give a bad interview. Trump can't give a bad interview. The people, I joked about this if Republicans shit their pants, or I'm sorry, if Trump shit their pants, like Republicans would do it in solidarity. Trump had his little stare moment here, which nobody cared about, by the way. Nobody talked about this. The media had nothing to say about this. Maybe there was like 2 seconds of it. And Rubio memes it up. He does the same thing. Oh. Like, how is this not like, fuck, what's the parable thing? Like the king has no clothes or whatever. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Oh, the emperor has no clothes. Is that it? Where everybody like pretends until some kid comes in. It's like, wait a second, this motherfucker's dick is out. Topical.
You look at Newsom over the past year, and he's just changing, number one, right? So few politicians are willing to change over time. He is changing.
Wait, isn't it a kid for the emperor thing? I thought that was why the kid broke it, because like a child comes in or whatever and remarks on it, and everybody's like, "Whoa, my God, what?" Because the kid hadn't been propagandized or brainwashed. It is? Okay, yeah, fuck you guys.
Giving abundance shout-outs as he signs bills on housing reform, which I appreciate. But also, you look at his podcast. He got a lot of shit for doing that.
He did. Is there something inherent to being the dominant political philosophy that means you'll be attacked from all other smaller factions? Yeah. Like, when you're running shit, everybody's got something to say, you know? Everybody's second... Oh, fuck. You know what? Game of Thrones quote. Is it this? No. Fuck. There's a part where he's standing on the wall looking at the incoming invasion. And Sir Alistair's talking to Jon Snow, and he's like, "Oh, you can say it. I told you so." I can't do a British, whatever the fuck it was. And then Alistair does a little thing where he's like, when you're the leader, you got to make calls. Everybody's constantly second-guessing you, but as soon as you second-guess yourself, you're fucked or whatever.
And you know what? A lot of people...
It was there. Go back. Where? Here? It's not this. Oh, is it one of these up here? It's not this. I linked it. Oh, yes, here.
Well, let's get the next load. I know. Hey. Do your duty for however long it takes to beat them. Twat with them. Like you suggested.
It was a difficult decision either way, sir.
Do you know what leadership means, Lord Snow? It means that the person in charge gets second-guessed by every clever little twat with a mouth. But if he starts second-guessing himself, that's the end. For him, for the clever little twats, for everyone.
True.
People talked about him, bills on housing reform, which I appreciate. But also, you look at his podcast. He got a lot of shit for doing that. And you know what? A lot of people talked about him. And he heard from people Democratic politicians don't often hear from or talk to. And he probably got a little bit stronger. But he was willing to get shit for doing something other Democrats would not try to do. Was it a good idea? I mean, it's ongoing. Is it a good idea? I'm not exactly sure. But it's an idea. It's a person trying something new. What he's doing with redistricting, where he's stepping out where a lot of Democrats wouldn't and saying, look, if they are going to do this, we're going to fight fire with fire. We are not going to lay down and play dead for it. We don't want gerrymandering to work like this, but if they force us, we will respond in kind. And again, he's put himself at the center of the conversation. When he was going and debating DeSantis with Sean Hannity moderating on Fox News, one thing Democrats have to become is less afraid. I mean, you've been a politician. You know this better than me. Voters, they're not all policy wonks, but they can sure as hell...
Not all policy wonks? None of them are policy wonks.
Smell fear.
I don't know why... She lost her election, right? Is she anything? Like, what does she even do right now? I don't know why she tweets so much or what. God, I hate this person. Everything she tweets is horrible. This is the one who lost her election as progressive, and she, like, blamed the Jewish donos on the other side, right? Even though she, like, outraised her opponent 2-1 and still lost. Ugh.
And smell caution. And smell when you're not telling them what you really think. And you watched, the last crop of National Democrats sit on a podcast or do something unstructured, and you could feel the fear oftentimes. You could watch them, like the thing they actually thought flicker across their face, and they tell you something else. And it doesn't work, not in this media environment, not
Cenk endorsed her? No surprise.
in this era. I will say I am currently more and more...
Trump supporters when they find out what tourism is. Okay. Cringe. True. Oh no, Dan. True. True. Where are all of these posts for the conservatives? This morning on NPR, I listened to an hour of coverage about the famine in Gaza, which is very bad and deserves an hour of coverage. And then before switching to a different show, there was a tiny one-liner about the FBI says they conducted lawful activities at John Bolton residence relating to private documents. And that was it. Nice. Based.
I thought it was the left that wanted to defund the police, but maybe I'm just mistaken.
Well, there are people on the left who wanted to defund the police, but Donald Trump actually defunded the police.
Oh, you think so? You think
Well, did he sign the Republican budget?
Yeah, having a budget is different than wanting to defund the police because you say that they're
no,
racist.
the budget is what funds the police. So if you sign a budget that cuts police funding, then you're defunding the police.
You think so?
You
think so? So you think
as someone who
having to
manages
have-
a household
you think
budget,
having
if
to
I
have
cut my budget on something, I have less money to do it.
Yeah.
Then I have defunded that thing.
Is there a reason you're not watching Ezra Klein anymore? Okay, this could fully just be my brain, okay, because I have an issue with fighting with people or something. The reason why I stopped watching Ezra Klein is because I basically agree 100% with every single thing he says. So I didn't stop watching him because I think he's bad or dumb or anything. I just, every time I listen to him, I basically agree with every single thing he says, which I think is based. So I like that, but I just don't get much out of listening to it because of that. Yeah. But I think Ezra Klein is great to listen to. I love the dude.
Cut my budget on something, I have less money to do it.
Yeah.
Then I have defunded that thing.
Yeah. Well, we have to all work within a budget, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to say that President Trump wants to defund the police. Again.
President Trump did defund the police.
Okay.
Billions of dollars are gone for community policing. There'll be fewer cops on the street because that's an objective fact.
Did you stop watching Scott Galloway because he glazed Kara? For Scott and Kara, I think it was similar. I tend to agree with almost everything they say, which is based and cool. When I was playing through Factorio, it was nice to listen to, I guess, in the background. But if I'm like more actively engaged or listening, it's just me listening and then agreeing with everything. Cracker Barrel updates their logo. Did Cracker Barrel update a logo? What happened? Cracker Barrel stocks plunge after new logo release. Is this new?
Let's end things with Cracker Barrel. Of course, we know this is
that really appropriate?
a company that's been
I'm really into
in
the story.
focus.
Explain it to me because I'm very confused.
So much chatter online, right? I mean, everyone's talking about this company right now.
Why?
So we saw a slide in shares today, and that's after the company decided to change its logo. So if you're familiar with the company, their logo has always featured a man sitting on a one of those little, what do they call them, a barrel?
Yeah, it's a rocking chair.
Yeah, a little rocking
with
chair
his little
moment.
Shoulder.
We're removing that now.
Elbow perched on, and that sent the stock down.
Yeah, so we're moving on. People were really attached to this logo.
I don't get it.
I'm not to be pedantic, but I mean, this has somehow become a political culture war issue, and I honestly do not understand.
Everything. I don't understand. Yeah. Because everything is about the culture war. Everything is online and everything is about everything, and it's the dumbest fighting for... Well, I mean, assuming there even is fighting about this. I don't even know. Is there?
It. So explain it to me.
Have you guys been to Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
Okay, so you're familiar when you walk in, you know, the vibe, the
I
energy.
mean, look, if you want to reminisce about the antebellum South, it's a great place to go.
We have a bunch of them back in Virginia, so I'm definitely very familiar with the restaurant. But it seems as though people are not really happy about this shift that they're seeing here.
Part of it is because the CEO...
Jesus Christ. Now, why would they remove the cracker and the barrel? Oh my God. I don't get it. How does he not know about this? Every time I see him live, he's like learning something we've known about for a full 24 hours, and it's all over Reddit. Does Destiny touch grass when he isn't streaming? Sometimes. I've been hanging out with people a lot more, but also I just don't follow news and stuff when I'm not streaming as much right now. I will be soon, though.
Who made the decision here as a woman, so that is fanning some outrage in some circles. I'm sure online. There's always an online
in
circle.
all seriousness, though, it does get to this idea of just, and I mean, you were pointing out open door, and of course, a stock that has seemingly rallied for no real particular reason. It gets to the idea of why certain things are getting bought and sold, not for any real fundamental reason, but because they've either become political footballs, either in a good way or in this case with Cracker Barrel on a bad way, and just kind of who actually is driving this trade.
Yeah, well, Michael Halen over at our Bloomberg Intelligence team, he has a note out that really says, don't read into this stock decline too much, and the idea that this will affect the brand in a way that, let's say, an Anheuser-Busch was affected with what happened in the last couple of years in politics there with the ad campaign. A few years ago, it's not going to be like that.
Yeah, but the volume in today's trade was 4.5 times the 3-month average. So I don't think you want to read too much into it, but there's a lot of people trading it.
It reminds me all that we were seeing with the retail trading meme stock mania the most recent weeks.
I guess we got to go, but we could talk about Cracker Barrel.
Oh, fuck. I just did my huge buy into United Health Group or whatever. I don't have the money for this. I don't have the liquidity right now. Cracker Barrel stock. How much did they drop? 10%? Do I have the liquidity right now? Wait, hold on. What do we got sitting in our bank account here? 21 PE is kind of high. Because it's more than just a restaurant, okay? That's the symbol of America. You know what, actually? Actually, you know what? I think I'm good on this one. I think I'm good on this one, actually. I think I'm good on this one.
Sure. Can you tell me, we've learned that the FBI is searching the home of former Ambassador John Bolton, his office as well.
Sure.
Can you tell me, why is the FBI raiding Ambassador Bolton's home and office, and did the White House get a heads up?
Well, so we're in the very early stages of an ongoing investigation into John Bolton. I will say we're going to let that investigation proceed. What I can tell you is that unlike the Biden deal,
What is... hold on. Okay, this is orange. Wait, how do I do the paint bucket? Okay, this is just orange. Stop. Okay, if we sample from here, if we sample from here, here, okay, not quite orange yet. What's going on here? What's happening to these people? I feel like I'm watching some shitty parody of politics. They're all turning
DOJ and the
orange. What changed your mind on Scott after disliking his TED Talk about wealth? I mean, I think his takes are pretty good generally. There are some I disagree with, obviously, but
Biden FBI, our law enforcement agencies are going to be driven by law and not by politics. And so if we think that Ambassador Bolton has committed a crime, of course, eventually prosecutions will come. But as you know, Kristen, this is all part of gathering evidence, trying to understand something that we're worried about. And of course, I'll let the FBI comment on the next stage of the investigation.
What's at the root of this? Is this about classified documents?
Well, again, I'll let the FBI speak to that. Classified documents are certainly part of it, but I think that there's a broad concern about Ambassador Bolton. They're going to look into it, and like I said, if there's no crime here, we're not going to prosecute it.
What were we looking into? Did he say?
I think that there's a broad concern about Ambassador Bolton. They're going to look into it, and like I said, if there's no...
You don't subpoena and get a warrant for broad concern. There has to be something with specificity there. Why is the vice president even talking about this or knowing about this at all? This case was dropped in 2021? What is even being investigated? Well, we know why. It's because he's a political opponent to the administration.
Crime here, we're not going to prosecute it. If there is a crime here, of course, Ambassador Bolton will get his day in court. That's how it should be. But again, our focus here is on, did he break the law? Did he commit crimes against the American people? If so, then he deserves to be prosecuted.
As we
Make DC safe again. Is this, do you call this lens anamorphic or whatever? What's going on here? Jesus. Or fisheye? Yeah, how wide angle does the lens have to be to hit this effect? Like 10 millimeter or... Or is the lens actually shaped differently and it's not just the focal length?
That's why we brought as well Abbott.
Okay. Optics cocks. Okay, in case you hadn't followed anything on the in the online world, there's been some meme drama going on. So supposedly, the person I was chatting with in 2022, whose account got taken over, hacked, compromised, logged into by her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, I have no idea. I don't know if I'll ever know the answer to that. Somebody from Kiwi Farm said that they found a parking ticket or a traffic ticket of hers, and the 1004 apparently means that this chick was 17 when she messaged me, despite her telling me that she was 19. Despite her having 18 plus written on her profile, whatever else. So that's been the memes recently on that Rose check. I will say that if she lied to me about her age, it's pretty crazy that her boyfriend at the time was just, I guess, pumping out crazy amounts of, what do you call it, CSAM, I guess, with her. I don't know if anybody has looked into that or if anybody cares about that, but that's where those memes are at right now. I have how old is the boyfriend? I have no idea. I never found any information on him, and nobody ever cared to look for him because they only care about taking me down. Yeah, I watched Hassan do like a fucking 8-hour read through of my entire recent Kiwi Farms thread on his stream the other day, which I thought was kind of interesting, listening to him read through leaked sex and shit. One other person has like leaked messages from me before, and some people are like conflating some of these messages as being from the same person and random shit. I don't really feel like reading off my sexual messages on stream. I think it's kind of chill, or not chill. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. I think it's kind of cringe. Can't you just chill with women, dude? So I've said this and I'll say it again, like all of this is from the leaked shit back in 2022. They just keep finding ways to re-dig it up and refresh it and find whatever other new thing they can, I guess, about it. But they really farm that Kiwi, huh? Yeah. That's really all there is for that. The is this all from Jew Stalker / Hassan Mods and shit? Well, it's from the Kiwi Farms thread, and then that it's the same thing as before. From the Kiwi Farms thread, and then it filters up to Justical and everybody else. And now, obviously, they all want to do debates and talk about it constantly. So if I understand this correctly, people are assuming the age. Does anyone know her actual age? There's a ticket that was found, like some traffic ticket that purports that the 1004 means that she was born in October of 2004. If that is the case, for some reason they didn't check the juvenile box on the ticket. But I mean, I don't know who this person is. I guess like in terms of their birth records or anything, like I don't have any of that information, and I have no way to access that information. So, didn't she have a Tinder account too? Yeah. I mean, like I said, like I had every reason to believe this person was older than 18. They were in college. They had a Tinder account. I mean, they sold not safe for work material on Twitter. And supposedly they recorded a ton of stuff for their boyfriend, they said, who I'm pretty sure is the guy who leaked stuff. Although I don't know that 100%. I don't know if I'll ever know that 100%, but. Can't you still subpoena her? Well, that would have to be for a totally separate court case that I would pursue. I'm still not 100% on if I'll do anything related to that. Just because of because all of the money I'm spending on the Pixie case, and two, I don't even know if it'd be worth it at this point. If there's any, like, I don't know if there's anything to be gained from going down that road. But maybe I'll see when my Pixie thing is over. Yeah. They keep saying you won't pursue anything because she's underage. I don't know why it would matter if I would pursue anything or not. If that is the case, I mean, there's always people that can investigate and look into that. Apparently, that's what they're doing now. So, has the transcript still not been unsealed? Nope. We're still just waiting. The last filing on the case is, again, all Pixie does now is she just basically refreshes or has Lauren refresh that Kiwi Farms thread every single day to try to find anything. And I was chatting with food shops, I think like 3 days ago, about one of Pixie's answers in court, which I thought was really funny, really stupid. And then they heard that, and then they emailed my lawyer, and they're like, we're going to file an emergency motion because you're destroying our blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay. So that's just them filing more and more motions. The thing a lawyer friend told me, I don't know how true this is or if it matters or not, but supposedly court dockets that are really busy just look like there's more stuff that's being contested, which makes a judge less likely to do anything to resolve the case on summary judgment. So it just lets them drag it out longer and longer. I don't know if they would actually go to trial on this, like if that's their goal. I mean, it could be. I don't know if I care that much. I mean, other than just wasted money. I'm at this point, I'm incredibly confident on my side of things. Like, there's a reason why that Abby girl is dodging our attempts to subpoena her and our attempts to depose her. I'm pretty confident they have nothing on this, but they're just trying to drag it out for as long as possible. Somebody asks do you have any plan to address reputational harm for all of this, or do you think it's insignificant in the long run? Nothing's insignificant in the short run. In the long run, the big deal with these people, or the issue with people like this when it comes to like Cherry, Gisticle, all these people, is that since these people have no reputation and they have like nothing to lose, there's not much for me to gain or to be gained by like trying to drag out any prolonged fights with them. Same thing with Pixie and Lauren. Like, these people don't really have anything in life. They don't have any money. They don't have any reputation. They don't have any careers. So like, you're kind of like fighting with somebody who has nothing to lose. So it's not, so there's not much for me to go after there. I just kind of have to sit through and wait for all the court process stuff to resolve itself. What is the deadline for Abby to come to court and give her testimony? I don't know, probably like December. But if she doesn't do it, I mean, I don't know if she technically has to do it. Like, she might not have to go to court, and they could just say she's willing to come in and testify, but it can't be found for deposition. I think that might hurt their chances of summary judgment a little bit, but it's hard to say. Like, it's kind of funny that the Ethan Klein, the big fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Oh, the huge Ethan Klein case on their copyright stuff. Like, this thing had 121 items on their docket. And then I think mine is already up to like 115. and we haven't even technically entered discovery yet. 114 items. I would say the reason is you fight for the judgment so you can point at it in the future as the whole situation not being what everyone claims it. Yeah, but I don't even know how much it matters at this point, because I feel like the I don't think anybody actually cares about the facts of it. Notice how like people change their mind on things depending on what comes out. So like as of a month ago, everybody was basically like, it doesn't really matter how it resolves. We know that Desi's guilty anyway. It doesn't matter what the court case does. But now like when this Rose stuff pops out, which has nothing to do with this case also, nice. People are like, oh, actually the criminal stuff is really important now. Actually, that's actually super important. Yeah. Destiny, I checked out the thread for the first time. I didn't realize just how straightforward the call for doxes were on people like Mooten and Z. Yeah, and Dan and everything else. So me and Dan talked and we made a mutual decision to kind of like chill on just anything else for a little bit. It sucks because obviously when you say stuff like this, it makes them feel a little bit more empowered. But like when people are literally going after people's children and stuff, it gets a little bit unhinged, or going after like people's like wives, jobs and stuff. But I mean, there's nothing, yeah, when people are... Discovery will be clean. I think you've prepared for that at Destiny. Well, the thing is, there's just not much to really go over for Discovery stuff. That's the issue. I'm 100% sure she's not going to turn over to me relevant documents. I know she won't. She'll lie about things. I've already seen stuff she's lied about. And I don't have anything to turn over much to her because like I said, I would throw my DMs. I haven't shared anything of us with anybody else, so there's just not much to go over there. Like I said, at this point, it's pretty much just dragging things out. Is it more blatant now? I thought the posters always try to leave plausible deniability. I think they tried to in the past, but I think ever since I did the whole schizo stream that had absolutely no credibility whatsoever and was just me having a schizophrenic rambling session, and there was no validity to anything I said, 100% of course not, with all my paintings and everything. When I did that, all of them started to kick it off into like fucking overdrive mode. So like Queeman and Gisticle and everybody else on, not as much actually Spicy Chat recently, but then on QB Farm started to like move into hyperdrive in terms of like calling for doxes of people, spreading doxes of people, and then stepping up the harassment of everybody else. Supposedly there were like a ton of people calling into Connor's, like Connor's stream this morning and shit, so. What are you looking forward to in the future? Anything positive? Well, being through all of this, would be good. Could you respond to my super chat? Wait, hold on. Somebody said, Destiny, really not trying to poke, but have you had a perspective shift and changed who you keep in your life / pursue in regards to all the dramas here? I went over all this a few streams ago, but the big issue is I shifted the majority of the content that I do in 2024. So like all of these people are people from the past, unfortunately. Like now that these people are just people that I don't really associate with anymore and haven't for at least 2 years now. But because all of this is like from 2022, 2023, it's just stuff that keeps getting dug up from the leaker Deuterino. Do your lawyers have a working relationship with her lawyers, or is it all handled through motions in the court? I mean, like, we kind of do, but her lawyers are incredibly aggressive. Yeah, so it's kind of, the communication is not great. What is the end goal for them? For who? Willie Mack just released a video where he called the cops at you. Based. Okay. How do you stop all this? Does it just die off? Or is there an action you can take to stop the snarkers? I think that the biggest issue that you have to deal with is that, like I said before, I went over this. I did like a huge schizo stream or whatever. But there's like a place on the internet where people can do kind of like weird shit if you want to. But the problem now is large content creators. I don't know if it's only on the left. It feels like it's only on the left. I don't know why. Maybe it's not. But there's a huge content creator pipeline up through Hassan now where all of it will just get mega ultra amplified by the largest content creators on the left, basically. So there's like nothing, until that stops, there's nothing that you can do about it. Like now they have every incentive to go like as hard as possible, you know? What about Lauren blatantly doxing you the other day? Something actionable? Again, there's nothing actionable because doxing is not illegal, and reputationally, she's like invincible. There's like nothing. There's like nothing that you can do. She has no reputation to harm online, so there's like nothing that you can actually do about it. They're dropping a Maxwell interview. Couldn't it hurt her ability to find another job? Well, I mean, she's already crashed out as being a public defender. And so now she's like trying to raise money on that whatever website online. WAV.
Main Max.
Jesus. Holy fuck.
Good afternoon.
It's kind of an interesting raw drop. Okay. I would send that clip doxing you to every employer she'll ever have in the future. The problem is that, like, I don't know if people in the real world care about stuff like that as much. Like, it's hard to even understand. Like, I don't think people understand sometimes how, like, if you're talking to a boomer and you're like, here's a YouTube video of this person talking on a thing where they're talking about a guy and then they're talking about where he lives. And I don't know if a boomer would even necessarily know why that's a bad thing. Like, I don't know if doxing is a thing at the forefront of everybody's mind or whatever. So Destiny, in effect, broadly speaking, have these snarkers won? You sound super doomer. I'm not that doomer. I just keep on streaming, and like 6 months from now, generally they fall off. You just gotta wait through it. I figure it's probably like the last big meme thing that could leak from all the fucking Roe shit is my guess, I guess. Or who knows, maybe next I'll find out she was mentally retarded. Maybe that'll come out. I don't know. Yeah. There was one other thing I was going to talk about with regards to this, but I don't remember what it was. Willie is literally throwing you under the bus. I mean, it's not surprising. Like I said, there's a ton of pressure on that guy visited my thread, and there's like a ton of people doxing and harassing and like calling into streams and like crazy writing on everything. But It is what it is. Why does Jessica hate you exactly? What did you do to him? My guess is it has something to do with me and Cherry. I didn't know until a couple months ago, or a month ago, however long it was, that Cherry and Jessica were like hardcore obsessed in love with each other since like the beginning of this year. I had no idea. So I don't know how much that affects her or not. Because I mean, like, you seemed to not care that much about all the Pixie stuff, but then once the Cherry stuff got involved, then he started to have much different feelings about it. So yeah, I have no idea. You said you were going to talk about the H3 threads. Oh, yeah. Okay. Have I moved on from all of this? You've talked about your position moving forward after the suit. Are we getting a manifesto ever? If I were to manifesto, it would just be like summarizing a lot of the lawsuit stuff. But all of the peripheral schizo shit, I don't know. There's a lot of random shit to go through. Yeah, I don't even know if it's worth. I don't even know if it's worth going through all of it. Because to put together something, listen, the J6 video has to come out first, okay? When it comes to the, good one. Does the drama feel different with your personal family getting involved online with it? Yeah, I mean, it's more annoying, but yeah, like I said, like people like I'm pretty sure I watched, I don't know who this was. I think I was watching the food shops person.
All of the things that they fantasized about Joe Biden doing to conservatives, Trump is literally doing to sometimes other conservatives like John Bolton, neocons.
I thought they were all the same though. Fantasized about it. Now he's making it sound like there was a difference. Was this yesterday or the day before? Maybe it was the day before. I'm too lazy to fucking find it. But Hassan was just like straight reading down my fucking, was straight reading down my Kiwi Farms thread. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, oh, because I was tying this to H3 stuff. For the H3 Hassan stuff, there has to be an understanding about related to the unilateral disarmament thing, right? So on the other side, like every single behavior has basically become permissible. And then on our side, even if you call things out honestly, people will still try to optics cuck you. So for instance, and I still stand by my comments, like I said, that like the stuff that Hassan is saying, given that people are being killed, given that there are like threats being posted every single day against Elon and everything else, like that is an unhinged, that is a crazy, crazy thing for Hassan to say. The fact that he can say stuff like that, and worse, because I would argue that stuff in the past has been worse, and still get like relentlessly and just like unequivocally defended by not only his community, but everybody in his space. And then on our side, we're constantly looking for like, where are the optics cuck points, or like, how is Hassan going to escape if something happens? I think that if you do that framing, I think you are always going to lose. I think you're always going to be in a cucked spot, because there's like two things going on. One, because I see a lot of people saying this, which is, no offense, you guys are delusional. People are saying things like, if Destiny wouldn't have made this one comment, Hassan would be cooked. No, he wouldn't. Hassan has said way worse stuff than this, and he's had about zero repercussions for anything, right? Like, again, he's openly watching terrorist videos on stream. There was some fucking Israeli documentary that got released with fucking Nick Pollum sitting there watching a terrorist documentary, or not even, just the guys like capturing the fucking boat. That's just so unhinged. You got Hassan like openly saying things like the rapes on October 7th were fake, that half the people were killed by Israel, that just like unhinged comment after unhinged comment after unhinged comment. And when people are like, oh my God, this was the one time Hassan was about to be held accountable, he wasn't. There is no accountability for this guy. I think at this point, I think you kind of have to move the conversation into like, if they're going to engage in certain types of rhetoric, then I think that on our side, I think it's fair to call that out And I'm not going to say to mirror it exactly, but like basically. And then if they get to a point to where they're genuinely uncomfortable, then that's a good thing. Because it's like, okay, well, it's time to start bringing this down. Because on Hassan's side right now, Hassan is under the impression, and he's correct, and that Hassan can basically do literally anything that he wants on his end, and he will always get away with it. And then on our side, you have to play by this not even like reasonable set of rules. Like I think it's fair to call out when people are being unhinged, and say that like if you're going to be unhinged like this, like people could literally be unhinged against you. It's super justifiable. I think it's fair to call that out. I think factually it's correct. I think it's good to call out when people are literally wrong. Like if people are lying about things or if people are incorrect about things. So if people start saying like, oh, like I think Hassan like he murdered his mom, right? And like that's the meme that you spread, then that would be fucking stupid, of course. But if you are if you're constantly trying to, I don't even know like what the standards you're trying to hold yourself to are, and then allowing Hassan to constantly victimize himself and like weasel out of everything. I don't know. I think it's cringe. I don't think there's any point in doing that. But yeah, but you didn't specify that, so please be more careful with wording next time. No, I don't think so. I think you guys need to be more careful with not taking the bait and holding somebody accountable for the unhinged and crazy shit that they're saying, right? Like if there was a moment, like if you just back up and you think about, if you were to ask somebody who's like observed the totality of all the situation, you'd be like, wow, why did Destiny say that about Hassan? Then the answer would never be, well, he literally just said this thing out of nowhere and it was crazy. The answer would be, well, there's been a relentless amount of real-life harassment directed at every single person who is adversarial to Hassan that can include going after people's children, family members, and every other part of their real life. And Hassan, while people are getting killed in the United States for being Jewish, has continued to praise and worship terrorists and advocate for terrorist propaganda and name-drop people in the context of talking about how it's permissible to kill people. And then in that context, Destiny made this statement. I think that's meaningfully different than just like, wow, this is like a random unhinged thing out of nowhere. That's what I'm saying, okay? Yeah, this is dumb. Yeah. I think you have to. Okay, here's a question. Shut up! You have to do that or you've lost. Because you will never, ever, ever win the, you're never going to win the battle of trying to make sure every single thing that you say adheres to some arbitrary rule set, while the other side is allowed to operate with literal impunity in every conceivable way, I think. He's literally foaming at the mouth seeing Jews get killed. Yeah. Here's the VOD you were looking for.
If he's going to continue sending photos and videos.
Oh yeah, he's like literally just reading down my Kiwi Farms thread, straight reading posts from my good friend Blav on Kiwi Farms, watching videos from Stale, who by the way I completely have under my control. I completely control the entire LSF subreddit. That's why there was a false post about me sexting multiple minors up yesterday until I got to 2,000 comment. I don't know if it ever got taken down or not. I saw somebody in chat ask about it. Maybe it didn't ever get taken down. But supposedly I'm perfectly in control of this subreddit. But I like how Assange is doing full on like personal hit pieces now, talking about me. He's retweeted stuff about my kid. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's unhinged. Are you worried about the call Willie Mack made to the police? Nope. I do what I am supposed to under advice by 2 different law firms. Like I'm remaining within my obligations for everything legally. So on all my civil case stuff. Do the Pikers research stream, you pussy? Maybe. Yeah, I think that's all I have for now. What? I might watch this Willie video later off stream. The thing is that like people have made so many crazy fucking random claims about me that, but it's also just like, I don't want to go through every random sext or every random thing to talk about a particular thing because it's kind of gross and weird. The one comment that I made was that Rose person early on sent me a screenshot of her iCloud or whatever with her and her boyfriend, saying that her and her boyfriend had recorded like 60 gigabytes of videos between her, him, and like other dudes. I don't have 60 gigabytes of her fucking shit on my computer. Some people are trying to say that I have all of this. I don't have this. I don't know. That'd be an ungodly amount of stuff to transfer. But I don't have this. This is not on my computer. This is a screenshot that they sent me from their computer. But you should start suing all these people once the Pixie shit is finished. Again, the problem with suing people is that one, a lot of these people don't have money, so it's not worth it. Two, it's just a lot of that's just like a lot of paperwork, effort, time, stupid shit. And then 3, for defamation of a public figure, you have to prove actual malice, meaning that like depending on what somebody's seen, they might think I'm a pedophile. If they call me a pedophile, like it's not technically defamation for them to do it if I'm a public figure. You know. So is this just the same drama, just rehashed, or what's going? Yeah, it's literally the same from the same Rose person. Yeah. You have to pull an H3 and bait these losers? What, and pre-register my shit with the Library of Congress? Yeah, I'll get right on that. Hassan knew the lab stuff of finding Hassan fucking a 17-year-old didn't make Hassan a pedo, so I think you might have a real def per se case against Hassan for spreading the kiwi farms. Yeah, but I don't think Hassan was with Paris when she was 17. No, wasn't that the whole point of that? That's what I thought that I saw. They found a ticket of her, but can't find her actual info and age. So the thing is, like, this is all speculation. So unfortunately, I just have no information about it because I don't have contact with this person. If the fuck, wait, what was I just about to say? My mind just wiped. I don't remember what I was going to say. They found a ticket of her, but can't find her actual info and age. Oh, I think that my running theory, but I mean, I don't know 100%. My running theory is that the solo dude is her current boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, and he didn't really want to be found. So before he leaked anything, he wiped all of her shit and tried to clear her social medias. That's my guess, which is why it was so hard to find anything of hers. But I can't know that 100%. That's just my guess. I saw this, but I couldn't tell if this was fucking AI or not. Did she ever claim she was underage? Fuck no. Sometimes people DM me and they say that they're underage. I've never, if anybody tells me they're underage, I've never in my life. Okay, with the exception of my first girlfriend when I was also 16, 17. What kind of new laws do they even need to pass here? The only thing these people want is attention. You should honestly just keep looking forward and cease all contact. Let them scream into the void forever. Yeah, I mean, like I feel like I've said this a million times. I can do that, and that's easy enough for me to do. But when the people are all coordinating in like little discords and keep trying to, you know, like fuck with other people, whether it's Willie or Connor or anything else, there's nothing. Like at some point, yeah. Honestly, you should watch the Willie Mac video. He's literally saying you have 60 gigabytes of CP in your computer. Man, like I said, I've already addressed this. Like this chick sent me a screenshot of a folder that she said that her and her ex of stuff they'd made, but I mean, I don't have this on my computer. I don't even think I told Willie I have this on my computer, so I have no idea why he's... I don't know if Willie posted any of our DMs, but my message to Willie was, she told me she was 19 and she was in college when we were chatting. If she was actually 17, the people should be asking why that solo guy had recorded like 60 gigabytes of porn with her, plus all the other guys she recorded stuff with. And then I'm pretty sure even Solo said that she lied about her age to me, and that QB form thread is somewhere. I think all of Solo's original posts were deleted. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't have this on my computer. He has DMs in his video. He does his best to make it look insane. Oh boy. He's saying the screenshot you sent him is you confirming that you had a video of her still on your computer. There's evidence that I have to collect and maintain on my computer for my conversations with, one, my New York law firm, and two, with my obligations that I have related to my Pixie case. Like, there are things that I have to have preserved related to both of these court cases. I mean, I can't just dump a ton of shit because, especially when I have no idea, especially when I have every reason to believe this person is 19 anyway. So he said if you have the size, you should have it on your PC. It's just a screenshot that she sent me of the folder. I mean, I could post the screenshot of what she told me. Are we sure this person is even real? Like, is she a catfish, or is it a Lauren De Laguna trying to get... I'm pretty sure this person is real. At this point, who the fuck knows? Yeah, I technically still don't even know if this person is... Like, if this person was underage, this is like an insane... This is just an insane... Hold on. If someone ever hacks mine and my boyfriend's cloud storage, they will find a treasure trove. I swear I have 310 folders of photo sets. Total size, 61.15 gigabytes. That's wild to me. But, hey, I mean, if... But no, this is on their... cloud, iCloud, or whatever the fuck this is. Demand a retraction for Willie Mac? Maybe I'll watch it. He claimed the DM you sent him was of a screenshot of 60 gigabytes on your computer. Wait, what? No? Hold on. What did he show that screenshot? I never sent him a screenshot that. says this? I mean, I wouldn't even be able to send her a screenshot because I don't have this. I don't have this, but okay. He's using these DMs as evidence. Oh, yeah, because I have screenshots of, yeah, we tried to do identification for some of these videos. And I tried to find her through her boyfriend as well, because I have screenshots of when she would record stuff, she literally has, a lot of these were done via Skype calls with her boyfriend, which I didn't really figure out at the time. But we tried to find out who the boyfriend was based on initials and stuff from here too. But this is not the 60 gigabyte fucking CP folder or whatever. So the entire video is based on a false I don't know. I'll watch it after stream. I'll look at it. To use PIM? What is PIM? How about people who feel you were negligent in verifying her age and feel you probably should have been in other encounters with girls that might be underage? I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, like, you can argue that, I mean, nowadays, I have no problem checking an ID. Because if somebody feels, the problem is, like, even check, because the problem is, like, people have fake IDs. So that even that's not, that doesn't really tell you 100%. I don't know if there is, like, a 100% way to verify a person's age. I feel like context clues are usually your best bet there. So, like, for instance, if they're on OnlyFans or if they do something like that, I figure, okay, well, there's somebody doing some kind of ID verification here. For Tinder, at least my recollection is Tinder does an age verification, and she used Tinder a ton, plus is selling stuff online and everything. So I figure this is almost certainly, plus is recording with other people and everything. So unless, like, every single person she's meeting, like, has no idea what her age is, including classmates that she supposedly recorded videos of, passports only. Oh, true, actually. Are you going to report it to the FBI? Maybe when I was doing work with a New York law firm, the goal was initially, because the packet that we put together was a thing that we were, I don't remember if I said it or not. The original packet was going to the DOJ. That was the goal of that originally, because I thought that the stuff that the solo guy, even if the girl isn't underage, was criminal in behavior. 1,000,000,000%. That was criminal behavior. And then I also said that they could lean on potentially the fucking sex trafficking of this chick or whatever angle as well. Although she's a minor, it's like 1,000,000% even more true. But that was the goal initially was to send it all to the DOJ and then have them try to pursue it there. At the end of the day, for all of this stuff, like, I'm not worried about the criminal stuff. It's just the PR shit. It's obviously fucking annoying, but... What do your lawyers think of what's going on with the weird procedural shit from the other side? I mean, basically, it's all just delay tactics or stalling stuff. Do you know her actual name, the name of the video, and the name on the tickets don't match? I don't. I still don't have contact with her or the guy. So I'm not even sure 100% if the information or anything is true. Yeah. People are baiting, be wary. True. You just got, catfished by Bad Empanada. A lot of people think it doesn't make sense that someone over 18 who's sex work-ish wouldn't have an OnlyFans, so you should have known, but a ton of older women have been in stealth mode. Well, there's a lot of people who just sell not safe for work stuff on Twitter too. Because the thing is, for OnlyFans, it doesn't, if you don't have a pre-existing platform, OnlyFans doesn't help you market at all, or at least it didn't back then. I don't know if they do now. So there are people that sell not safe for work stuff on Twitter. Kind of crazy how all of her sex and everything is just out there in the public, yet She-Rose hasn't come out to talk about it publicly. It seems sus. Yeah, it could be. Or if they, I mean, it's probably something if they have a ordinary real life now and they don't want to tank their own real life, they probably don't give a fuck. Or not they don't give a fuck, but they would rather be as far away from it as possible. Why'd you post her public college and DGG chat? That was very reckless. Because I wanted somebody to find her, because I had no idea who the fuck this person was, and I was able to find the person. What? But then there's another stupid thing too, because people are like, oh, like Destiny was preying on her because he knew she was underage. Well, why the fuck would I post the picture or whatever? Yeah, I wasn't able to find the person. Because also the theory a long time too was that I was pursuing underage people. I knew this person was underage and I was trying to hide it from everybody or some bullshit. But I was just never able to find the person. And again, I have no reason I think she's underage. I still don't even know 100% if that's the case or not. But I mean, if it was, not only did she lie to me, the solo dude said that he lied as well, so. Jesus. What do you think will win Drama of the Year for the DGG 2025 awards? Good question. Did you get Kiwi Farms to track her down? Well, I know anything I post in DGG chat ends up on Kiwi Farms because they'll read my shit. So I figured they'd find her from there. But. Or if she was underage, why wouldn't Solo come out and say that originally? Well, that was kind of my thought. And funnily enough, I think Justico believed the exact same thing. I think I posted those DMs because Solo originally said, oh, by the way, when you started talking to this girl, she was underage, so be careful. But Justico and me both figured he's only saying that because he doesn't want me to try to track down the girl so that he can cover his own ass. That was my assumption. Oh, why is the ticket not sealed if it's her juvie record? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. But like, if it is the case, again, if it is the case that she's underage, that Solo dude is like felony, like ultra fucked, because that would be an insane amount of inducement and creation of like underage. That would be crazy. Did you have a Tinder, or rather, did you connect with her there? Also for the Twitter stuff, she was selling at the time you spoke. Yeah, on her Twitter profile, she had 18 plus written, and she had a Tinder already. So, but I mean, you can fake an ID. You can, yeah. Set a DGG bounty for us to find him, and the finder reward gets 30K. Yeah, I could do maybe. If the ticket was from after she was juvie, it wouldn't be sealed. Well, the ticket says it was paid off in 2021, so it would have been from when she was, basically. Do you have any reward for finding Soul's information? I'll give you a free tier 5 sub if you can find it.
We learned just moments ago, according to a source, that the FBI conducted a court-authorized search at the home of John Bolton as part of a national security investigation. John Bolton, former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, former national security advisor under the first Trump administration, a frequent critic of late of President Trump.
What is the What is the reason why Trump hates Bolton so much again? What is like the political? Are you gonna read the Maxwell transcripts, bro? They released like it looked like 10 hours of deposition. Fuck that. Maybe some other people go through it. I'm sure something interesting will come out. But is it because of his book? Is that the only reason why he hates this guy so much?
A frequent vocal critic of President Trump, and President Trump has been a frequent vocal critic of John Bolton. Lots of bad blood between these two men, but again, learning that there is a court-authorized FBI search at John Bolton's home this morning. Let's bring in CNN's Caitlin Polantz for the very latest on this. We saw pictures of officers around the home of John.
Hold on. At Destiny, immediately mentioning Solo, probably not the smartest play. They're asking about you. Solo's not a public figure. Every single thing about this girl said that she was overage. Solo said that initially when he posted, her Twitter profile said it, and in our personal conversations for logs that have already leaked, I've mentioned her age as being 19, and she's not correcting me, right? So unless it was all a plan from the very beginning to trick the public knowing that my private messages would leak, right? I've never knowingly, aside from my first girlfriend in high school when I was 16, 17, it's just not worth it. It's not even worth it. Why the fuck would you even... Why even risk it? That would be so fucking retarded. The reason why I find it interesting, if people care so much about the protecting minors and everything, assuming the story is true, then it would mean that I got honeypotted by a guy who's literally like sex trafficking a minor with over 100 gigabytes, I guess, of crazy fucking CSAM shit that they're producing in order to talk to people online to leak their shit or blackmail them. That's an insane story, in my opinion. And it would mean that the original girl is literally being controlled by some crazy fucking dude on Skype, which I think is wild or insane. Assuming even, again, her age is true. I don't know if the ticket necessarily proves it or not. Like, I don't know why the juvie box isn't checking on any of that, but...
On this, we saw pictures.
I'm not really in the loop. How does Solo relate to Rose? This is my guess, but I don't know. My guess is that Solo is the guy that was dating her the whole time and the guy that eventually got onto the account and then leaked everything. And he was the guy who contacted me. My guess is that those are the same person. It's just the guy who was dating her for a long time.